Hello everyone and welcome back to JKLIT Educational Channel. I hope you all are doing well. So this is all about the JK Set 2022 solution for the paper of Environmental Science. This is also the rapid revision for the UGC NET Environmental Science paper. Yes, those who are appearing for the examination for UGC NET Set. So this examination was very easy, I will say. So this solution you should know. Only the answer keys will be knowing. No need to go in depth. So first of all, I would like to thank all the members, those who have contributed for solving this paper. They are Samriddhi, Madhurima, Shivani, Palak, Ansul, Naila, Akshobhay, Sonal and Aina. So thanks to each one of you. And if you haven't joined our Telegram group, you can join. The link is in the description for the daily quizzes for the Environmental Science entrances. So without much delay, let's get started. So we'll start from question number 52. The question is given below are the lists of places and the sacred groves. So these places we have to match with the correct sacred groves present in those areas, starting from Kerala. In Kerala, the sacred groves are called as Kavu, and similarly in Karnataka the sacred groves are Devarkans, and Uttarakhand the sacred groves special kind of forest which are protected on the basis of the belief of gods. So this Uttarakhand they used to call them as Haryali, and in Western Ghat they are known as Kans. So here option number C will be the correct option. Coming to the next question which is on our screen, we will go to 56 because it is on our screen now. Question 56 telling that foul smell in the water bodies, that means not good smell in the water bodies and tanks as well as ponds, is due to which of the following process? And here this is due to the anaerobiosis. Because of anaerobic process, lack of oxygen in this kind of water bodies, the lack of dissolved oxygen, what it creates anaerobic respiration in the microorganisms. As a result, water release, methane is released, that is CH4, hydrogen sulfide is released, that is H2S, and ammonia are also released. So these three things are released which are making them and giving them a foul smell or bad smell when the water bodies or tanks and ponds are performing this activity, that is anaerobiosis, because of lack of dissolved oxygen. चलते हैं हमारे अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. क्वेश्चन 57 is what is the flagship species of Dachigam National Park which is in Kashmir, and the correct option will be Kashmir stag or Hangul, which is called in the local language. Hangul or Kashmir stag is the flagship species of the Dachigam National Park. Let's move to the next set of questions. Question 53 on the left hand side. Plants growing in very low temperature are called as what? So this question most of the students are confused. So here they are confused in between microtherms and hekistotherms. Here the correct option will be actually hekistotherms. Yes, they are very low temperature plants which are growing in very low temperature, but microtherms are the plants growing in the low temperature. Mesotherms are the mid temperature growing plants, that means neither too hot nor too cold. They are mesotherms. Meso means mid, and megatherms means in the region where there is high temperature, those regions plants growing are called as megatherms plants.
So guys, before going ahead, let me remind about the 4 mock test series for the UGC NET Environmental Science 2022 examination, which will consist of 400 questions and give you a solid revision for the examination. You just need to follow 2 steps. First, you have to pay a nominal amount of ₹99 through Google Pay or Phone Pay to this number 8895035690. Then send me the screenshot of this payment and I will provide you the links which you can attempt at your any convenient time.
Next question number 54. Bacterium responsible for fermentation of dairy milk. Dairy milk, not chocolate. It is asking about milk which is processed in the dairy industry. So this will be very chocolate question. Lactobacillus. We are reading from our school days. Lactobacillus, fermentation in the milk. Next question, the higher amount, right hand side, the higher amount or the high amount of E. coli, Escherichia coli in water is an indicator of what? So this organism is found when the water is mixed or it is polluted with the sewage water. So sewage pollution will be correct because sewage means when the excreta, animal waste, mostly human waste, so they are carrying this bacteria. As a result, this is seen in the water polluted in the sewage pollution. Next question, sound level meter is a device for measuring what? So here The correct option will be option number B, not A. Noise level, not intensity of noise. It is measured in the sound level meter, and it is also measuring intensity of noise, music, other sounds. So it is the 59, option number B will be the correct option. Let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 55. Slash and burn is the term applied to the practice of. It is also one of the chocolate questions which I say. Shifting cultivation को हम कहते हैं slash and burn type of farming, which is not good for the environment and mostly practiced in the hilly region. Let's move to the next question. Question 60, coming from the eco auditing, that is EIA and eco auditing part. Eco auditing focuses on what? So here also many students are confused between A and D. So the correct option will be option A. Eco auditing focuses on the assessment of actual effects of the existing activities. So that is eco auditing. Let's move to the next set of questions. Question number 61 on the left hand side. Under the environmental impact assessment EIA notification of the 14th September 2006, preparation of EIA is not required for which of the following projects, scribes? The correct option, everybody knows who are preparing from the previous question, it is very frequently asked. Category B2 projects are exempted from the preparation of EIA. That means they don't require the preparation of EIA. Next question, question number 62 we will see first, then we'll move on to 64. So now 62, which one of the following steps is not included in the scoping process? It is asking not included. So don't get confused, read the questions perfectly. Here the correct option will be option number B. So in the scoping process, description is not required about the environmental impacts and the creation of contingency plan. These are not required, but what are required? You should also know that baseline description is required and potential additional data collection needs. It is required in the scoping process of the EIA. Next, defining set of criteria to assess the project. So what are the criteria we need to assess in the project? We need to define in the scoping stage, and also we should set the expert teams that will conduct the EIA process. So these three will be coming under the thing that is under the scoping process of EIA, but this is not coming, that is describing the environmental impacts and creating contingency plan. Let's move to the next question, right hand side, question number 64. In accordance with the Indian EIA, again EIA question. So EIA is also one of the very important topic for any of the set or NET examination for the environmental science paper. I repeatedly say this. So according to the EIA notification 2006, within how many days if environmental appraisal committee do not specify the terms of reference, that is short form is TOR, or the proponent can go ahead with its own TOR. So if the appraisal committee is not specifying the terms of reference, after how many days the proponent can go ahead with its own terms of reference? So the correct option will be option number C, after 60 days. So 60 days तक उसे wait करना है. After that, the proponent can go ahead with its own terms of reference for the EIA project. Coming to the next question. Question again from EIA. Which of the following is true regarding the Leopold interaction matrix? Very important. Leopold interaction matrix से questions आते हैं used in EIA process. You should know what are the benefits such as advantage and disadvantage of Leopold interaction matrix. We have already discussed in our several videos. So I'm not going to discuss because this is rapid revision. So here, which is true against this Leopold interaction matrix? It is option C. So according to this interaction matrix, that is Leopold interaction matrix, it can be contracted and expanded, which is the best feature of this EIA process, that is Leopold interaction matrix. Let's move to the next set of questions. Question number 63. 63 left hand side, given below are the stages within each tier of risk assessment. So here these are identification of consequences, environment performance of a product, or probability assessment, assessment of consequence as well as the significance of the risk, magnitude assessment for the consequences. So you have to tell which will be the correct sequence in each tier of the risk assessment. Here the options are given. I will not take much of your time. So here the correct option is already highlighted by this question paper. Here question number 63's answer will be option A. That means first step will be what? First step will be 2. That means first we have to do the environmental performance of the product. for the risk assessment. Then next step is identification of the consequences of the product. Then after identifying the consequences, we will go for the magnitude assessment for the consequences. So we know what will be the consequences, but at what magnitude, what will be the value. So for that we have to go for the magnitude assessment for the consequences. Next will be 3, that is probability assessment we have to do, and finally we will assess the consequences as well as significance of the risk. So finally will be the assessing the significance of the risk. So 2, 1, 5, 3, 4 will be the correct sequence for the each tier of risk assessment. Let's move to the next question. Next question is, which one of the following is an example of ex-situ conservation? Very easy question. Ex-situ, that means out of the site, away from the conservation site. That is gene bank. With the help of gene bank we can conserve any species, but biosphere reserve, national park and wildlife sanctuary are the examples of in-situ conservation. Coming to next question, question number 67, coming from the climate change, greenhouse gas effect. The question is, in the absence of greenhouse effect, the global average temperature would have been what? So if there would be no greenhouse effect, how would have been the temperature of our earth, the average temperature? It would have been very low, because these greenhouse gases are important. But if their level is increased beyond the certain limit, then they are harmful, because they are able to trap the heat, and it is very important for the growth, survival of different organisms, both flora and fauna. So if they are not present, then our global average temperature would have been very low. I hope you understood the concept. Let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 68 on left hand side coming. Under which condition the prevailing environmental lapse rate would be super adiabatic lapse rate? So when it will be super adiabatic lapse rate? Under the condition of option number B, that means when atmospheric lapse rate, adiabatic lapse rate will be lesser than the environmental lapse rate, that situation will be called as super adiabatic lapse rate condition. So ALR less than ELR, option number B will be correct for this question. Question number 69, again very easy and one of the frequent last question. Diagrammatic representation of a specific pollutants concentration and its dispersion at particular time is called as what? It is with the help of windrows. This is the diagrammatic representation of the pollutants concentration as well as its dispersion at a particular time. Coming to the next question, question number 70. Winter and summer seasons are clearly differentiated in which zone on our earth? Here the correct option will be option number A. In the tropical zone we can easily distinguish when there is winter, when there is summer season, but in temperate zone it is difficult, because in temperate zone usually two kinds of seasons are observed, that is rainy season or monsoon season, which is called as wet, and dry season. So wet season includes rainy or monsoon season and dry season. So there we cannot clearly differentiate between winter and summer. Now we will see question number 71. Question 71, freeze and thaw. So this term, a technique which is a type of which kind of weathering condition? This is from the environmental geology. Very easy. Answer will be option B. It is a kind of physical weathering, or it is also called as the what? It is also called as the mechanical weathering. Yes, mechanical weathering or physical weathering, that is freeze and thaw type of weathering. Let's move to the next question. Right hand side, 72 number. Here the question is given, the objectives of National Solar Mission of India under the National Action on Climate Change are what? So among the four you have to select which are under the National Solar Mission of India under National Action on Climate Change. So here we will read one by one and then we will know. First is to establish India as a global leader in solar energy by creating the policy condition for its diffusion across the country. Absolutely correct. It is one of the objectives. Next is government aim to achieve a total installed solar capacity of 20 gigahertz by 2022. It is also correct. Next is no deployment of solar lighting system for rural areas by 2022. It is incorrect. No deployment, not, it was deployment of solar system lighting for the rural areas by 2022. Deployment means in action to install them. So it was deployment. It will not be that no deployment, and it will be wrong. So option 4 will go and see. So option 3 will be wrong. Option 4, to create favorable condition for solar manufacturing capability particularly solar thermal for indigenous production to market leadership. So it is also coming under the National Solar Mission. So 1, 2 and 4 will be correct, 3 will be incorrect. So let's see which option is giving 1, 2, 4 correct. That means option number C is giving this thing. So option C will be the correct option. So I hope you are noting down all these things also which I am telling. Question number 73. This is also very complicated, but it is also easy if you know basic things. Next question is, which one of the following groups of animals belong to the only category of endangered species? So endangered species का कौन सा group है, कौन सा option correct है, you have to identify. I'll wait for certain seconds. Let you think. So here correct option will be option number A. Yes, Great Indian Bustard, Musk Deer, Red Panda and Asiatic Wild Ass, they are under the category of endangered species. Here in all three options you can eliminate 1. That means Blue Bull is not under the category of endangered species. So B is gone, eliminated. Similarly here also Blue Bull is given. So D is also eliminated. And in C it is given Sarus or crane. Crane is not an endangered species. Crane is what? Crane is actually a species which is under the vulnerable category. So this is also rejected. So option C also rejected. Option A will be the correct option. Let's move to the next question. Question number 74. That means matching with the wildlife project along with the year of starting when it was started. So first is Sea Turtle project. Next is Tiger project. Next elephant. Next Indo-Rhino Vision. So here if you are preparing for the environmental science entrance, you must be knowing Tiger project and Elephant project. If you don't know, then I must say that your preparation is not going well. So Tiger project was started in the year 1973. Elephant project 1992. If you match these things, you can get the answer. Even if you don't know Sea Turtle project, Indo-Rhino Vision, you can get the answer because B4 and C2. That means option number B is only having B4 and C2. You can see here. And rest you should also know for the upcoming exam. That is A3. Sea Turtle project started in the year 1999. And D. Indo-Rhino Vision started in 2020. So these things you should note down. Very important. Coming to the next question, question number 75. Which of the following is not a Ramsar site in Jammu and Kashmir? It is asking not. So here Wular Lake, Hokersar Lake, Sunisar Mansar Lake, all are the Ramsar site in Jammu and Kashmir. But Chilika Lake is not because it is found in Odisha and it is the largest brackish water or salt water lake in India as well as in Asia. So you have to comment me which is the largest freshwater lake in India. So hurry up and comment. So I think this is sufficient for this video, and the next part we will discuss more questions. So stay tuned for that. And if you like this, don't forget to like, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel to get all further updates. So see you guys in our next video. Till then, keep smiling and believe in yourself.